Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I am always honest with y'all about whether or not I've heard a song before, and I most definitely have heard this one. However, it still won our Patron's Choice poll because of the version. I've never seen Kansas live, and according to patron BP Blaze, who submitted this song, this is a very energetic performance of an iconic song. The lead singer puts on a multitasking, physically active vocal show. This makes me very excited to appreciate Kansas in a new way, so let's get to it.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. Oh, I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
Okay. This is really interesting to me because, right, it's so different already from the studio version. Totally different intro, and we actually get to see what they're doing live to create these kinds of sounds. Excellent, just excellent throughout. Also, I think the tempo overall feels faster, feels more pressed. Very, very interesting. Okay, back to the beginning. This is fascinating. I wouldn't have expected this to lead into Carry On Wayward Son.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high.
I really like it when I see a singer who is just sweating. Y'all didn't think I was going there, did you? Sweating. When I see a lead singer who's up there and just dripping, first of all, I hope that they have lots of water to replenish that moisture because you need to have lots of hydration to really have your vocal folds efficiently function. But when I see that sweat, I think, I bet they are using their entire body here to present a show. And when you're using your entire body to engage with your audience and support your voice, it tends to lead to healthier technique overall. More active bodies often are supporting the voice very well. You can be just overly punching in, like flexing with every single vocal maneuver, and that's not necessarily helpful. But I can attest. I think many of you have seen that clip of me singing opera Martern aller Artern. That I was sweating bullets in, and it wasn't because I was trying to flex. It's because my body was working so hard to support the sound. So opera singers tend to sweat a lot. We'll go back a little bit.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high.
I also really like seeing the overall position here. Sometimes he lifts his chin up to sort of finish off a line or go higher, but overall he's got a nice posture to support there being just a clean shot of air that goes up to the vocal folds and then the sound propagates out. It's great posture. And there's freedom in it.
I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. Oh, I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son.
Wow.
There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
didn't have much on either. That's funny. Wow. I noticed there's this transition from the mic that's straight out to the audience to another mic that is right above his keyboard here. That was a really quick transition to make and get on those keys right away. He's thinking about a lot of different things. That's I feel impressed that that was so fluidly done. Beautiful.
My wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Pretty good harmonies there too. Boom.
Masquerading as a man with a reason.
There he did it
My
again.
charade is the event of the season.
Wow, the way he just fluidly went from one mic over to the other one so quickly, even carrying the stand with them. It's like there's no doubt in my mind that he feels like he is an owner of the stage here. That was super, super smooth. Also, Steve Walsh, I keep saying Steve Walsh. And then backing, I think, is Robbie Steinhardt is our backer who looks like a Viking. Yeah.
Masquerading as a man
So
with a
smooth.
reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, well, it surely means that I don't know. On the stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed around, I'm like a ship on the ocean.
This is awesome. I love being able to see his full breath apparatus. And I know you guys are probably thinking like, oh, is she checking out his body? Yes, but not in the way that you're thinking. I'm looking at the breath expansion. I'm looking at the way that he isn't using his shoulders to help him breathe. But when he takes a breath here, you see it right down around his diaphragm, and it goes out to the sides too. There's so many people that think about like first steps, I would say, into singing. Probably somewhere when you were a kid in choir, somebody said to breathe from your stomach instead of from your shoulders. That's a good first step. But a lot of people don't think about the fact that the diaphragm is going all the way around. It's kind of like a dilapidated frisbee that sits at the very bottom part of your ribs, and it moves down and out, and it actually creates this sort of suction that sucks air into a vacuum in your lungs. It's fascinating. So when we have no shirt on, it's much easier to see how he's breathing. Check it out.
I claim to be a wise man, well, it surely means
Yeah.
on the stormy sea of
And I love that here you can really see it going out to the sides. You don't necessarily see him bringing a full belly out to the front. That it can be good to relax your stomach, to let those muscles move, well, essentially to let things push down and out as the diaphragm is coming down to make space in your ribs. But it's great to see when people are really thinking about outwards here, which he's thinking to the side. I see it expand to the side and not just out in front here.
emotion. Tossed around, I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, yeah. But I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
No wonder he's sweating. Has he been doing this the whole show? This is it's crazy impressive. Crazy impressive. But before we get to that, let's just talk about the harmonies. This is one of the things that I think of as being extraordinary about Kansas sound, and it's the really tightly woven harmonies. Every time I hear them, it's like ballet dancers to me, just interweaving, moving so fluidly together. I love the way that they're written. They sound great. They blend great together. They phrase great together. I think that it's one of the most stellar aspects of Kansas's sound.
Head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Yeah. Some tampering in there too? I'm so loving the jam feeling here. I've always felt like this song had a lot of longing and encouragement in it, but here I feel like they're just totally jamming and having fun on this journey. Sometimes you get the idea from it. I guess I've had the impression before where I thought, okay, it's somebody slogging through maybe a difficult time in life that needs a little bump. Right now, I feel like there's no slogging that's happening. It's like, hey, I'm going to conquer this journey one drum at a time. That's so much fun. But we're going to talk a little bit about the cardiovascular element here and what that can do for singing as well. Wow. Man, he is just slaying it. Oh, this is just so much fun. Okay, cardiovascular and what that can do for singing. There's a bunch of different thoughts here. Okay, one of the thoughts that some people have is that simply when you get your blood flowing more, it can deliver more nutrients, more oxygen, and definitely help muscles move better, right? So when you do some sort of cardiovascular activity before you sing, often that means you're going to have blood flowing in this area better. A lot of people will find that at least being more physically awake is going to help with singing too. You, of course, don't want to be gasping for breath while you're singing, though I've seen some people who just really manage to have some great cardiovascular endurance and sing at the same time. I always find that impressive. There are many times in opera where you'll run around the stage and then plant and sing, but usually you're not running and singing at the same time. When you are gasping for breath, usually that's oxygen that, right, your muscles are trying to get, your body needs to be moving at that higher rate. But it's also, I think, worth noting that you don't really necessarily need oxygen to create the breath pressure to sing. We're thinking about airflow overall. So even though some people might feel out of breath, that's more that their body needs more breath, not necessarily that their voice needs more breath in these activities. There's a few other elements that I might talk about again later, but let's keep going for now. Such a good riff. I love the way that this riff is, it's got this drive, this fun, and then it's got a tumble at the end. And it also loops back into the riff without necessarily taking the expected pause. I'll talk about like what that time signature is while we're going through it here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I was trying to count out for you there. We are in a 4/4 time signature, right? That's the normal part. But instead of it being something that feels really square, where you have 4 measures or like 4 sections of 4/4, so 4 sections of 4 beats, that's a very normal time signature, something you would be like, yeah, that sounds like regular music on the radio today. We have 3 sections of 4/4 instead. So it's grouped with 3 measures and then it repeats. And that's why it feels like it tumbles into itself a little early. I'll count it out again. Oops, back. 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Carry on, you will always remember. Carry on, that God was a friend.
I love that.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Man, patrons were not joking when you said that this was a very physically active song. I had no idea that they were this active on stage. I mean, especially leads being that active and then carrying a really, really great vocal line after that. And I love the way that we see interaction in the band as well. I always feel that that brings a better vibe to the song that you can actually hear.
Carry on, you will always remember. Carry on, that God
Nice face too. Ooh, that was beautiful opening, man. That's like the example of drop for the top that I love. Oh yeah. Oh man, we got an arm up too. Okay. So a few awesome things happening here. First of all, drop for the top, right? When you go up for a really high note, it's better in so many different ways to drop your jaw. There's physics behind this. There's just the positioning that helps in that way too. And some people it helps to tilt up just a tiny bit. Don't tilt up crazy. You don't want the kink there, but he tilts up a little bit. I know that's something I really like when I drop for the top too. And then his hand is up. And that's something that we talked about. Gosh, I think you can really see Bruce do this, Iron Maiden. There's several different great singers that do this arm up. That can actually help keep the ribs expanded and not collapse as quickly, which can lead to a better breath pressure equalization, I want to say. It basically doesn't let as much breath pressure go poof and go into your chords and go smacka, smacka, smacka. So great position there. Yeah.
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you walk up. Then you'll be ready to rest. Don't you cry. Don't you cry, no.
Wow. I love the way that he was like, don't need no microphone. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He is so active. Oh man, no wonder he's like, I'm just gonna do gym shorts here, you guys, and really, really long socks that probably contribute to my sweat / maybe sop it up before it hits my toes. I will say too, though, the stance that he's taking there, maybe first he looks like a soccer player, but the stance that he takes there, that can be really good for helping get your support down on the ground as well. I love how he's super physically active, but physically active in a way that can actually support voice too. It's like a cat. Whoa. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's like when I go grocery shopping, you guys, I do this less than I used to, but I swear I still do this sometimes, where you're like grocery shopping, you got the cart in front of you and there's nobody in the aisle, or maybe you're like taking the groceries out to the car and you're like, oh yeah, I can run really fast and then push up on the handle there and kick in the air. Yeah, no, I still do that. But it looks way more fun to do it, on the keys too. Impressive. Wait, am I the only person that does it with grocery carts? Do you guys do that too? Are you still children at heart like me? Give me some solidarity here in live chat, okay, please? I don't kick that high, but I'll work on it. It's impressive. Wow. I don't think I've ever fully appreciated how progressive Kansas really is. This has gone so many directions, it had little offshoots in such a short amount of time, even in a live performance. It's really, really cool to see. Like fucking Broncos here. Oh, I would like more. I could go on for another 10 minutes, please. Please. I feel like Steve Walsh is competing in a track event during this show. It's crazy. He is so sweaty. He's so active, and yet he sings so well. Man is in great shape. Reminds me of people like Brent Smith, who are also just really into physical training that can also help with singing. I just love it when singers are about that entirely holistic approach that contributes to their music and their singing overall. If you want to see some more extremely active singing, you can check out this playlist over here, and may you fall more in love with music every day. Thank you, patrons.